Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And today, we're going to be taking a look at two brand new apps, two apps in one show. Yes, we are taking a look at Face Monkey and
Blip Box.
And they are both very, very cool. And we're going to do it right about now. Hello, welcome to the show. I'm Jade. This is How to App on iOS. Are you all doing good? I'm doing good. I'm awake. It's the best you can hope. Oh, now I'm not all right. What a great start to the show. Hang on a minute. Hang on. You ready? What's going on? Oh, no. Oh, God. I can't reach it. Oh, God. There we go. Ooh, I didn't expect to be doing that first thing. That'll get the blood pressure rocking. Hi, doctor. I took my blood pressure tablets last night. I dropped my vape and it went under my drum kit. Good stuff. We're all good. Hello. Are you okay? I'm out of breath now, and all I did was climb on the floor. That's health for you, folks. Let's welcome. Are you a wart warrior? Welcome to the show if you're a wart warrior. And welcome if you're not. You can become a wart warrior by doing the join button for $1 a month and all of that fancy stuff. Let's say hello before I completely run out of breath. Thanks, Thomas. Thomas Christ, there he is. The lead moderator of the channel. There's Joe, and is Barry here? I think Barry's here. Yes, Barry's here. I got some exciting stuff coming from Joe and Barry Glenn. They sent me their song Timber track. So I have to do drums on it. Well, I don't have to. Let me rephrase. I don't have to. I offered. Hello, FPC, and hello to, wow, look at this person. We haven't seen this person for a while. Hey, hang on. It is
Dr. Zorders.
Hi, Dr. Z. What's going on? See, I keep your sound effect ready just in case you turn up. You could be gone 5 years, Dr. Z. You'll come back and you'll still have that intro forever. Hi, Gregory O'Sullivan. Who else is here? I have to scroll up a bit. I think I saw Hugh Caldwell. What's going on? The Mix Club Rat. I saw Chad Freeman right up the top. Freeman. Mr. Freeman. I think I said hi to FPC. It is a day, man. It's been actually yesterday was a day because a whole heap of apps dropped, and I've been sitting there learning them all last night. So my brain's a little bit messy, yeah. And now today I have to show you how to use two apps at once. Ooh. And let's cover some things before we get into the apps and everything. So we always do a little bit of a catch up here. If you're watching on the replay, just skip. Yeah. Because this is a daily show, like a soap opera, where things follow on from the last show, and it is what it is. A little bit different from just, your tutorial show. We try and keep news and updates and things like that and play people's songs. Today's featured artist is pinned to the top of the chat. It is PA. Pronounce it alternative. So in the mail yesterday, I got some goodness. I got something delivered in the mail yesterday. I'm super excited. We're going to be looking at it on Friday. And what is it? It is the new iRig HDX from IK Multimedia. Here it is. It is a wonderful little beast. Look at that thing. Shall we do an opening just quickly? Yeah, let's rip it open. What do we got in here? What's in this thing? We're going to look at this on Friday. And while I'm opening it, let me tell you, IK Multimedia announced today, with the release of this wonderful little piece of kit, they have decided to drop the price of Tonex SE from $149 down to $60 for a very limited time. So if you've been thinking about getting the upgrade to Tonex SE, because it's going to work amazing with this, now is the time to get that sucker, yeah? It's more than half price. All right, let's open this thing up. What do we got here? What's in here? So we've got toilet paper. Got some toilet paper there. Wow, it's small. Look at that. Look how small it is. Look at that thing. Damn. That'll fit in your pocket. So this is the new iRig HDX. It is so it has a guitar input jack. It has an output, so it's to go to an amplifier or to reamp, whatever you want. USB-C to go straight into your iPad, iPhone, Mac, PC. Yeah. One dial to rule them all. So there you go, one big dial. Clicky dial. So it's got 4 options on it, and loop back as well. So yeah, that's what we're going to be looking at on Friday. Comes with a couple. What else is in the box? All right, so we got a USB-C to Lightning, and we got a USB-C to USB-C. So no USB-C to A. Lucky I got lots of those because I'm going to need one of those. All right. So that thing's just dropped. This has just come out. Thank you, IK, for sending me this, and we'll look at it on Friday. Should be loads of fun. I'm excited. It looks like a beast, an absolute beast. So it's only for guitar, yeah, just to make sure we're all good with that. What else did I have to tell you guys about? Oh, yeah. This is pointless. But you may be wondering what I got for myself for my birthday with money you guys sent me on that stream last Friday on the 1000th episode, my birthday. Well, I went ahead and bought something that you cannot buy anymore. Very hard to get, impossible to buy, but I found one, yeah? And I know you're probably going to think, what a waste of time, but, it's the little things that make us happy in life. And I got myself this thing, and if you probably don't know what it is, but it is a bottle of stuff that is no longer manufactured in the world. They do not make this anymore. And it comes with this amazing lid. Yeah, see this lid? How cool is it? So it is a perfume from Lady Gaga, and it's black. It's black, man. Look at that. It's black. It's so good. So this thing I have worn for about 10 years, and it's been off the market for 8 years. They no longer make it anymore. And I found somebody who had a sealed box. And let me tell you, was it expensive? Yeah, really expensive. But you know what? I smell good. Take a smell. Go on. Anyway, I'm being a dick. Let's get into today's show because we've got 2 apps to cover today. And then after this show, I'm going to be back to do a little hour Songtember show on my song that I'm working on, because there's going to be some extra shows over Songtember because I've got a song to finish and I've got other people's stuff to finish as well too. So it is what it is. So hopefully you can join me for this. And then in about, I think it's 2 hours from now, I'll be back to do a little bit of work on my Songtember song. So that is what's going on today. Let's bounce over to the Beat Community. beatcommunity.com, where you can get all your updates and fancy pants and all that stuff. So what's new? Audio Brewers have released AB Pitchpad X for iOS, and I already have this. And this thing here, man, next week when we look at this, boom. Oh dear, this thing is wonderful. Oh my God, very excited. Sketch Audio release Blip Box. Sketch Audio release Phase Monkey. We're looking at those today. These were only released hours ago, and we've already got them. So we're going to play with those today. Price drops. We've got Nembrini has dropped one of their amps, which I looked at recently, the MRH8 $10. V2 Lead Series is on sale for $9.99. Progression's on sale. Nambu Nano Studio, a massive bargain. Maze Rider Bass Leveler. AB Vortex X, this is the same company who has made this other app that dropped today, which I just showed you. The Pitch Pad X. So a bunch of stuff on sale. And these are the two apps we're looking at today. So let me tell you, both of these are $3.99 each. They will go up by the 9th of September to $7.99. So if you are going to want to get them, you only have a short period of time to get them at this very cheap price. There's two of them. And as Gregory has pointed out here, Phase Monkey is a thinly disguised Casio CZ1 clone. Very thinly. It works off the concept, but it's not a clone. Definitely not a clone. But yeah, the correct wordage is, Greg, the correct wordage is, I've got it here. I can read it here. Phase Monkey is inspired by the classic phase distortion synthesizers of the mid-1980s. There you go. Homage, yes. And we're also looking at Blip Box drum synth. So both of these by the same developer. Now, this developer is Ryan Robinson. Now, he's been on the show. I interviewed him here on the channel. You may know him. Hi, I'm Troy McClure. You may know him from other apps like Zoa and Ooda, but this is a brand new little company he started called Sketch Audio. So these are not connected. So if you hit the App Store over here and go over here to Blip Box, I don't have it installed. I've only got the beta installed. Should I just use the beta? Shit. I better install them both. I'm still on the beta. There we go. We'll install them both. So yeah, you'll notice here, if you go to the page, you won't see Zoa down here with the other apps associated with these because it's a brand new company. Yeah, if you go and look for Zoa and Ooda, which are amazing apps as well, both classy apps. You know, I love those apps. But this is a different company he has started. Hello, Pete Johns. How do they keep making more apps? Indeed. Indeedy diddly do. So we're going to look at both of these, and they're very, very cool, very delicious and fun. So let's get into it. Well, I've rambled on enough, 13 minutes of nonsense. We'll close this and open up. Is this going to work? Now my project is doomed because I reinstalled. So let me just load my project that I made last night before bed. So go easy on me. I had to make this just before bed because I spent so much time learning a bunch of other things and now they're not working. Come on, dude. Hang on, let's try restarting. We'll try opening them up first, see if that helps. Sometimes you got to do that when you reinstall over the top. Okay, we'll close those out. Fingers crossed my project works or we're all doomed. Or I'll have to make something live. Do you want to see me make something live? There we go. They worked. Good stuff. So what we're going to do, we're going to turn up the sound of this one here, this last one. And I'm going to mute myself. And we're going to get this thing rocking and rolling. Yeah. Everything connected? Yes, everything's connected. Let's bring up the keyboard. And let's hear what these things sound like. Boom. delicious. There we go. So a little bit of a smattering of sounds there for you to sink your teeth into. We're going to jump into both of them and show you how they work because they're not too complicated at all. In fact, one of the beauties of both of these apps is they're so minimal and they just are so simple to look at, and it's a very refreshing change, yeah? So let's clear this project out. Thank you, Doctor's orders. We'll open up one of each, and we'll start today with Phase Monkey. So both of these are $3.99, and let's add a keyboard to this. So we'll add our Arturia to it, and this is the interface. Very, very simple stuff, yeah? We've got the keyboard attached down the bottom. Good stuff. So when we take a look at this setup here, so this is a multi-oscillator. Okay, so a multi-oscillator. So they're pretty much the same. It's two oscillators, but they're the same sound. So whenever we change these waveforms here, you're essentially getting two of the same oscillators together. But how they differ between each other is you can detune one of them, and the other one is controlled by a modulation. Yeah, so you can hear this sound here. And we'll end up going through this. So we'll cover the wave types. So the wave types that you have are a saw, a square. So you can see my finger going up. I'll touch them as we go. Yeah, so a saw, a square. Then we have a, what is next? It is a pulse. The third one's a pulse. Fourth one is a double sine. Then we have a saw pulse. So combined. And then the next three, so these are resonant waveforms, yeah? So we've got a resonant saw, we've got a resonant triangle, and a resonant trapezoid. Let's go through them. Give me some more volume there. Now, next to this, we have a shape. So we'll start on the sawtooth, and we've got this shape here that I can drag up and down. And the shape here controls, this is in relation to the foist oscillator, yeah? So it's both, actually, I think. I'm trying to remember this so much for my brain to remember today. The amount of distortion. So the shape sets the amount of distortion for both oscillators. Down the bottom underneath here, we have a detune, yeah? And you've got two different ways to detune this. So you've got a fine detune. It's set to fine here at the moment. So if I drag this across, beautiful sound. Or we've got a coarse, so lovely stuff. We've got our mix button, is our next lever here, or is the mix button. So the way the mix button works, so it sets a balance between the primary and the primary oscillators. So moving it down brings more of the mod in. So you control the mod with the third. All right, so you can hear where we're getting a mix of them now. And we can control our mod frequency with the next slider. Right, and you've got two forms of modulation for this. So you've got a ring and a noise. So you can hear when we change it to noise. We're changing the pitch, the frequency of that noise. Let's change. Wicked. So you can imagine, well, you don't need to imagine, you can create some pretty gnarly sounds with this thing. Brutal. I'm going to take out this fine range here. There we go. Wicked. All right, so we've got the envelopes are next. So our next section over here is the envelopes. Let's set all these back to, so you double click on any of these to bring them back to their normal settings, yeah? We'll still go to the square. Okay, so now our envelope section, this block here is a little bit different, so a little bit to get your head around. We've got 8 stages of envelopes for each. So we've got an amp envelope, we've got a mod envelope, and an extra envelope. So the amp envelope, pretty much from memory, going off memory big time today, I'm pretty sure is for the main oscillator. The mod is working on the mod frequency, yeah, oscillator, that part of it. And there's 8 stages. So you can see down here, 1 and 2, and you've got these 2 arrows on the side here. So we can go and skip to the left, and we can go all the way up to 8. So we've got 8 stages of envelopes here. So we'll stay on our amp. And number 1, so when number 1 is selected, you'll see this is how we control to create our pads. I'm going to drag with this XY pad. So now when I hold down my keys, so this first XY pad is your attack. And your number 2 is your release. If we move this, you can see when I let go of the keys, we've got all that release there. Hi, Jenny. Hi, D. Michael. Zach, did I say hello to you? So that can carry on for as long as you wish. And then you can go through and modify the rest of these amps here. So the XY is volume. Yeah. Going to bring these up. I'll put these down. And the same for our mod here. Let's bring our... Look, Mum, no hands. Hello, Princess. So, and the extra, man, I can't even remember what the extra is for. My brain's gone mental today already. So there we go. Now, let me just make sure. So each envelope stage is controlled by an XY pad. The Y sets the target level of the stage, and the X position sets the time it takes for the envelope to move to its target level. There you go. Scroll through the stages with the arrow buttons and set the sustain with the numbered button beneath corresponding the XY pad. You can turn off sustain altogether by tapping the stage that is already the sustain stage. So each of the three envelopes may be routed to modulated pitch or stage via the pitch and stage controls, which are down here. Hello, Mr. Smith. And again, with anything, they can be reset by double tapping. Anything on here can be reset by double tapping to its normal stages. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Reset, reset. So with each of these sections, yeah, the shape and pitch will be relative to that section. So you can see when I'm flicking through them, the extra, if I go to the mod, we've got our shape attached here. What did I do? What did I do to this? Oh, that's what I did. I've got them all. So we're at 7, 8. Bring them all back. Let's just reset everything. Don't be a dick like me and just go crazy. Reset, reset. Here we go. We're back. Have we got everything back? I think I've done a few stages here. So 7, 8. They're back to 1 and 2. Here we go. Don't be like me and fuck it up. I've probably broken it with my lack of knowledge. Have I? Can I reset? Let's reset. Oh, man, good on me. I love me. I suck. Phase Monkey, let's come back. So we've got and I know Mike D. Michael's here, who wants some, he wants some modulation. So our modulation is over here as well. Our LFO, let me go full screen so you can see what's going on. We've got our LFO. Hello, Ivan. What's going on? So here's our LFO, and we have a bunch of sizes, shapes here. A real has 2 independent oscillators rather than a multi-oscillator, and each oscillator and select 2 of the waveforms simultaneously. So with our LFO, we've got 5 shapes. And they are controlled by the rate here, so we can decide our rate. the depth. And we've got a delay. So currently, yes, a bunch of modulation. So currently, this LFO can also be set to a target. Currently, it's set to the pitch. We can go over here to the shape. And now it's modulating the shape over here. Or we can set it to the level. Okay, so we've got a portamento over here. We can also spread the sound. So you ready? So the way it spreads, it's not like a typical stereo spread where you would expect it to get wider. It works on key plays. So if you've got headphones in, you should hear that bouncing all around. We've got a chorus here as well. And last but not least, we have this brightness down here in the bottom right-hand corner. We turn this on. We've got fixed rate, fixed time or off. So you get the idea, all right? We've gone through everything as quick as we can because we've got 2 apps today. So yeah, really simple layout, lots of fun to mess around with, lots of oscillator types here to around with to your heart's content. There are options as well. Let's go up to our options. They are here. Now there's plenty of them. So you can set your buffer size, run the app in the background. You've got Bluetooth stuff here. Velocities. Now there's lots of stuff in here too. Like you can really get down to things like, I did my homework. Thanks, Moby, but I don't think so. Last night I learnt 4 apps in one night and I went to bed crying. So anyway, but thanks. Yeah, man, I'm digging the sounds too. Look, it's a wicked. They're both really, really cool apps. The interface is just, it's so easy to look at, easy on the eyes, nice colors, simple, no thrills, no craziness, no skeuomorphic stuff. So here too, you've got a whole bunch of stuff here in the settings with your key behavior. mod wheel amounts, velocity targets. You can really get in and fine tune all this stuff to do some really nice stuff with your keyboard, yeah? Man, there's some wild sounds. The manual is in here as well too. Nice and easy to read. Look at that. That is a nice manual. Ryan has put a real lot of care and love into both of these apps. Absolutely. Like he does everything. He's such a sweet human being too. I love Ryan so much. As you know, he's been on the show. He's got some video tutorials which are on the YouTube channel. So to get to them, you just click, take you straight over, where he explains everything in a much nicer, more relaxed, calming tone than the idiocy of me. Yeah? All right. Let's run through some presets because what I've made here is crazy. So the preset manager is very simple as well too. Nothing too complicated, no folders, nothing like that. If I want to save this preset that I've made here, I don't know why, you just hit save preset, give it a name. We'll call it the dud. The dud, there you go. And it puts it up the top here. So you can't get confused of what presets are what, your factory presets, you've got the dud. Let's go through some of these. Let me give you some volume. You know what? I'm going to let something else control it. I'm just going to go over to... Shall we do just some Zoa? Because we'll keep in touch with Ryan's other app. And we'll just send this over to Phase Monkey so I don't have to do any work or playing or anything like that. And we'll do a refresh. What do we do? Shall we do like some half? There we go. I'm going to put some black hole on them. This is basic bass. Beautiful. Hi, Kingers. I see you, Kingers. So you'll notice there's a little arrow over here. So even as an AUV3, you can bring up the keyboard if you like, just by touching these little arrows. And you get access to the on-screen keyboard and the pitch and mod wheel if you don't have a real physical keyboard. But it's nice just to be able to make it disappear. Very clean. Wow. So all of the parameters are open as well. So if you want to add your own external modulation, you can modulate it all, baby. There's an init patch within the presets that you can go and find to get back to square one. Hello, Ryan. Thanks for popping by. And thank you for supplying the apps and allowing me to be on the beta and as well. And for Patreons, I've got some giveaways as well. If you're a Patreon member, you can become a Patreon by doing the doobly-doos, whatever they are. I really love these. They're fantastic. Interface is beautiful, Ryan. Great job. Well, that's the thing, Ryan. You know how much I suck at synth. Give me a guitar and vocals. But synth and me, we try. So it's a really nice collection of stuff to get you going, yeah, to build on without being overwhelmed. Why does this one remind me of Frank Zappa? It just does. So we get this chewed up organ as well. Nice and wobbly. And again, I do believe this was based on the Audio Kit platform. Again, Audio Kit Strike again, providing such a good platform to build such beautiful apps with. Both Moby and Ryan have been on the show, talked about that. We've had Matt on the show for an interview. This is our last one, I think. Our wannabe, no, it's the third last, our wannabe bass. My friend and collaborator, Soullift, designed a lot of the factory presets. And we got our Wowza bass. All right, let's move on to the other app, and we'll get through that in the next 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 25 minutes, because I've got to finish this stream, and then I'll be back in about an hour and 10 minutes time from now, working on my Song Timber song. So while we switch over, let's open up Logic quickly, because I did make something else last night while I was laying on my couch watching YouTube. And I thought, let's just make something quickly and see what happens. It's probably going to sound shit, knowing me. Oh, no, what is it? Oh, no. All right, so I used Octocron to make the drums, and we've got a Blip Box, and it looks like we've got a phase monkey, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 phase monkeys, and a Blip Box. Does it work? Yeah, so there you go. Now you know it works in Logic. That's our test in Logic. It works, all right? So I don't need to go back. I know you're probably seeing going, yeah, but does it work in Logic? So it's going to work in GarageBand as well, yeah. I did try it in GarageBand. So let's scoot over here and load up Blip Box, which is a drum synth. Again, $3.99, and again, sexy layout. Beautiful layout. All right. We have, where shall we start? So let's change this up. So we can indeed change our pad here from, right? We've got our pad layout. Let me just unconnect my Arturia from here and reconnect it over here. So we've got our pads, and you can see by me clicking on my keyboard, you can see what pads are connected to what key. Let's go here. So we are at it starts at, it's just below a C, is it C4? Yeah? Or you can change it to actual keys. And our keys have our numbers on here. So again, you can match up what's going on with your keyboard. So it's MIDI, 35? I think that's key 35. And it sounds really boring at the moment because we haven't started to individually play with each one. So you can mess with these. Let me now bring up what I need to bring up here. Just so I can check myself before I wreck myself. Hi, Leela. So this is Blip Box, and yes, it is a drum synth. And just to give you a quick overview, so 2 oscillators, 16 voices, and here they are. So the shapes, I do believe, I can't remember. See, I'm trying to remember. Shape 1 is from a sine to a square. So as you move this up, so this is your first oscillator here, second oscillator here, and you're going from a sine. Let me start with this to a square. You can change the pitch. The second oscillator is a, I can't remember what it is. It is a, I can't remember. God, I can't remember what it is. Is it a triangle to, it's a triangle to something. Sine to saw, sorry. Sine to saw. There we go. So now that I'm hitting this key, if I hit the next one, it's going to be a different tone. So whatever key you've clicked last is what you're messing with. So we can go in here and just mess with everything, but then the next key will be back to here. Let's just go in and do some random stuff. So now between these 2 keys, we've got and if we want to go to the third one, click it, and you can see everything resets. So we've got room to go in and start working on the next key. Now we have a balance between these oscillators. And first, let's go over to our XM. So the XM is the amount of oscillator 2 modulates oscillator 1. So this one decides how much it modulates 1 to 2. So we'll hit this again. We'll stick on this one. And it's the opposite for the FM. I do believe the FM modulates hang on, let me make it right. Get it right. The XM oscillator 2 modulates oscillator 1. So yeah, this one oscillator 2 modulates oscillator 1, and this one oscillator 1 modulates 2. So there's and our mixer, if I'm right, let me make sure. I'm actually having to remind on myself here. So our mixer goes between, so I think there's 3 stages of this. I think it's 1 by itself. Man, I'm struggling today. Jesus Christ. Where are we? So our mod type first. Let's go back to our mod type. Our mod type's here between these two. I'll show you with my mouse. These two here. So the mod type is the modulation type. The static modulation uses the oscillator outputs directly, while dynamic modulation uses the outputs post envelope. So that is the second one. Oops. And we've got a noise section here. So, of course, if you're looking for snares, hi-hats, you've got all the abilities to do all of that, yes? No problem. I will run this through an Octocron right now, yes. I will. I should just be doing that right now, shouldn't I? Let's do it. Let's start off with a blank palette. That's a good idea. Let's connect Octocron and let's make some sounds while it's playing, because with Octocron we can connect this or any drum sampler, anything that's going to, create stuff. But Octocron works perfectly with it. And let's generate some random stuff. And when we hit play now, you can see what's going on here. We've got some stuff happening. So let's mess with this snare first. In fact, what I'm going to do is go through some presets and then we'll come back and have a look at the rest, while I can just have a quick catch up. Hello, I'm back. All right, let's go back to our knit patch here and go through a bit more of this. So here's we're going to go through these oscillators. So we've gone through our dual oscillators. So now we've got a sound. Now the mix here mixes between the, well, we just come back here. So our mix is the oscillator mix, this balance here. So at 100% down, we are on oscillator 1. To 100% the oscillator 2, I think it is. There is the oscillator 2. See, I'm changing 1 and we're getting no sound there. Where this is 1. Halfway is and then all the way to the end is both of them, yeah? And then you've got your noise that you can add on. So there's 2 envelopes as well. So we've got an attack for 1. Let's take out this noise. We've got a decay. Then we've got oscillator 2. Which has its own attack and delay. Yep. And the second envelope also works for the noise as well. So you can hear how that affects the noise down here. Double tap on anything to bring them back to normal settings. And of course, we have an effect here. So we've got a bit crusher down below. So a distort and a brightness with the effect up. Wicked. And we've got a cutoff filter. We've got resonance next to that. Right at the end, we've got a gain, and we've got we've got our type here, which is the filter type. So you've got a low pass, you've got a high pass in the middle, and so it's a band pass in the middle, and a high pass when it's pulled all the way down. And of course, last but not least, we've got modulation. So you can see here they are. So envelope 1 can control the shape. So if we then we've got envelope 1's pitch. We also have envelope 2's shape and pitch, which is, let's bring in some noise here as well. And we've got a modulation for the cutoff. And the cutoff mix. So you can see there's a lot you can do with these sounds. And again, I've just been playing this one key here. So all the rest of these haven't been messed with. So you go along, obviously, and create your sounds. Let's just quickly randomly make some stuff that's different. Hey, Tremor Bear. So again, I'm going to go through. Let's quickly make some stuff. And now when we hit play, clearly I haven't done everything in this pad. And again, if you want to save what you've made, remember every pad that now has a sound built into it, when you hit save up here and create your preset, crappy drums, all of those pads, every single pad and each one of its settings are saved within that preset of your drum kit, yeah? Pretty easy stuff. All right, even though I struggled through that because my brain, as we said at the start, is mush today because now I have another stream to do working on a new song. Awesome. Hey, Dom, what is happening? Tremor Bear, hello to you. If I've missed anyone else who's here, sorry, there's Ivan. I think I said hello to you, Ivan, as well. Feisty Feather, hello. Phew, it's been a morning, let me tell you. All right, so these are it's very incredibly cool apps. And, you know, using them in something like Logic is super easy to do. Let me show you. That'll be the last thing we do to get out of here today. Let's shut this down, clear this out, and we'll show you how to incorporate something like this into Logic. I am going to create a brand new project in Logic, like so, and use something like Octocron. So we're going to create a brand new MIDI track. And here's our MIDI track. So in our MIDI effects, I'm going to load up Octocron because it's really easy for creating patterns. And in our instrument, we're going to load up Blip Box. There it is. And now go into Octocron, create a pattern. So I've done a show on Octocron if you haven't seen that. Hold down here, create a random pattern like so, hit play. And we can choose a preset just for now. This one will do. We'll try this, I like this typewriter one. So Now, how do we get this into a track? I'm glad you asked. Now that we're using Octocron to create our MIDI notes, and Blip Box is the instrument that is receiving the MIDI notes, you must click on Octocron, hold down, and then hit record MIDI track to here. So now when I hit record and play, I hit record up here, it will record all the MIDI in like this. And there is our MIDI. So now I don't even need Octocron anymore. We can turn it off or remove it from down here. And now we can hit play on this. I can change whatever drums I want on the fly. We can loop this if we want. Let's go in and create a new MIDI track. And let's load up something like Euclidean. And let's load up Phase Monkey. It's already playing. Look at that. That was easy. There we go. So now we want to record what Euclidean's, so Euclidean is creating our MIDI notes and sending those over there to Phase Monkey over there. So how do we record this in as MIDI? Again, hold down on Euclidean, record track here, go back to our start. And we're going to hit record and record these MIDI notes in like so. We can turn off Euclidean now because all those notes are in here, or you can even, so let's just check what Euclidean, what are we in here in Euclidean? What key am I in? We're in a C major. Yeah? So now, I noticed that with it's getting a little bit of stuff here. We can kill that. There we go. Are you dead? Are you finished? It's finished. So what you can also do here in Logic is go to your your little tile thing down the bottom here, your browser, and you can load in loops because you've got MIDI loops in here. So if we do a search for MIDI loops, let's create a brand new MIDI track as well. You can now say, find a MIDI loop you like. Let's drag this over here in here. Then we're going to loop this MIDI loop. So you can loop this by turning on loop, click. We're going to loop this out. And now in this track, I can replace the sampler with Phase Monkey. Let's solo it. And you can build your own sounds in here. Let's go to our knit patch. So again, really easy to load stuff in, MIDIs, your own MIDI files from elsewhere, and just use Phase Monkey as that, or you can just play stuff in with your keyboard. Yeah, so if we duplicate a track here, choose a different tone in this track, say we'll go over here and choose this clean electronic. And hit record. We'll mute this one. So you can do all of that as well. Good stuff. I'm getting lots of... All right. So we've covered both of them. They're fantastic. They're on sale for $3.99, both of them. Let's close out this project and come back over here. Boom. So yes, both of these are on sale for $3.99. That is Blip Box there, and that is a Phase Monkey there. They will go up in by the 9th of September, I think it is, 9th or 10th, one of those dates. So they will go up to $7.99 each. So they're definitely worth grabbing now if you're into this stuff of building your own sounds and really nice, cool sounds, either drums with Blip Box or synth stuff with Phase Monkey. I reckon they're wicked. They're beautiful to look at and not hard to use. It's just that I'm a bit overloaded with info lately. My poor little brain can't cope. It is what it is. I feel a little bit like you, Dom. So everything's over my head today. I make it look easy. Jeez. As they say, fake it till you make it, yeah? Just be confident. Like anything, you know what I'm saying? Recording music, singing, performing. Just go for it. All the time. Even if you have no idea what you're talking about. It's how I get through life. You know what I'm saying? So, we got a featured artist today, which is P.A. Pronounce it alternative. We're going to play one of her tracks to close the show today. Let me show you what's going on for the rest of the week. So up next, in about half an hour's time here on this channel, I am continuing because it is Songtember, yeah? And we're in the first week, and I've got to get a song done and finished by the end of this month with a video clip. And I've got to play drums on Joe and Barry Glenn's song. I've got to play drums on Pete John's song. I've got a lot of work to do, right? So I have to continue today, and we're only probably going to throw in an hour today if you want to come and join me. That is happening next in about half an hour's time. I can't even find the thumbnail for it. I think there it is. So yes, episode 2 of my Songtember Utensils song. Today I might come up with a name for the song. Maybe you guys can throw some ideas of what kind of lyrics I should write about for this song, because it's off the wall, it's nuts. It's going to be one of the most adventurous, craziest songs I think I've ever done here on the channel. Tomorrow we are taking a look at Waves by Audio Thing. This is a vintage valve emulation plugin. Can't wait to take a look at this. It's really neat. We are then on a Thursday, for you people living in the US and UK, we have a wonderful interview with Robbie Stingle, the Gong Man. He's going to be here ringing the gong for us all. And we're going to find out a little bit more about Robbie Stingle. I'm super fascinated to find out about Robbie's life, where he's come from, what he's done, where he's worked, just where the hell has this guy come from? So that's going to be heaps of fun with Robbie Stingle. And then on Friday, yes, folks, it's finally happening. We are going to be reviewing this thing here, the iRig HDX mobile interface by IK Multimedia, which I just opened yesterday, and I am super excited to take a look at this thing. Look at this sucker. Look at it. It is, look how small it is. It's an audio interface that fits in your bloody pocket. It's crazy. It's so cool. Unbelievable. Very excited to show you guys that one. So that's happening on Friday in the US and UK here on the channel. But yes, next up, we'll be doing my song, timber song. So let's go out and play This track by PA. This is her latest track. If I can get my shit together. Thank you all for joining me here today as usual and supporting the channel and doing all of the fun stuff. Please hit the like, do all those bits. Subscribe if you haven't. Yeah. All that good stuff. This is PA. And this is called A Protest to Myself. Okie dokie. I'll see you in half an hour's time. Remember, do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make you better. And we will all rise together. This is PA. Boom.
Let's go. Survive what you try to hide. Even the shadows not there to say a thing. And all the demons follow you with their eyes. Like a classy daydream walking down the same streets that I lived in mine. Hands in my pockets now. Hands in my pockets now. Like a protest to myself. Live like there's no tomorrow. Like a protest to myself. Live like there's no tomorrow. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's just every day the same. Nobody tries to take away the pain. We realize when it's too late to forgive and forget and underline the past. Red like a protest to myself. Live like there's no tomorrow. Like a protest to myself. Live like there's no tomorrow. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Like a protest to myself. Live like there's no tomorrow. Like a protest to myself. Live like there's no tomorrow. Like a protest to myself. Live like there's no tomorrow. Like a protest to myself.
We'll all rise together. 'Cause you make me shine better.